There we go. Right. Welcome everybody to another Hair Socials Live. For those of you that are familiar with us, let us know that you're here in the comments. Can't wait to share this one with you guys. It's my fault we're late today, so I apologise about that straight away. Emma Graves is with us today from Pulp Riot. How are you, Emma?
Good, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. We can't wait to get to see what you're showing us today. Those of you from Pulp Riot and everywhere in the hairdressing world, this is free education. Just share it, that's all we ask. If you shared last week, you're in with a chance of winning a goodie bag. What other information I'm going to get in this first minute? Photo of the week, banner of the week. If you are a finalist now, extra sort of incentive. We are going to use your picture as a feature. We're going to tag you. We're going to share it. We're going to share your word. Over 100 entries this morning already. Again, it's such a popular thing that we do every week. But right now, it's not about that. It's about Emma. So if you want to be in with a chance of winning a goodie bag, stay tuned for this one because we will tell you in the coming minutes how you can win that. But first of all, let's meet our artist. Boom, it's done it. Thank you. How are you, Emma?
Good, how are you?
I'm awesome, thank you. We've got people coming in, so I know the lab's working. There's people watching. Obviously, you are the finale. The finale is a better word. The finale of the Pulp Riot artists.
No, exciting. Thank you for having me.
I know, you're welcome. We've had two amazing artists over 3 different lives. I think we've got an extra one coming in soon because Cara wasn't well, was she?
Yeah.
So we're going to try and get Cara back in as soon as possible. Now, the Pulp Riot lives have gone down a treat. Again, we ask everyone to share these to win a Pulp Riot goodie bag from Deirdre. But further than that, what are you going to show us today?
So what I want to work on tonight is I want to show you the shadow collection. So I'll let you have a little look here. So I've sort of created this. It's sort of like an oil slick kind of look. Nice. You can see, and then I've just put a little bit of pop of color in the face here, just to add a wee bit of contrast. So the shadow collection, they are darker colors. So they are. So there's a lot of depth in them. Pulp Riot has a lot of bright colors, so I wanted to work with the shadow collection tonight, just to show it, to show the deeper colors. So in the collection, you have Bloodshot, which is red. You've got Dark Water, which is blue. Mystic Fog, which is purple, and Slytherin, which is green.
Awesome. Right, well, I've just realised I didn't have the microphone on, so I hope everyone heard me because they were just using the computer's one. But yes, we've got people in the chat straight away that all seem excited. Charlotte from last week's here. She says, hey, let me move the chat over there. We've got Shelley, we've got Cara, who is, again, I promised Cara that you are going to come and show us the live. Oh, yeah, she put up there, I'll be back. So, yeah, all exciting to see what you're going to do today. What colours did you say you've got there? I can see them behind my screen. There we go.
So, I'll show you. So, shadow collection here.
Nice.
So, I am using Dark Water, Mystic Fog, Slither, and Bloodshot. So, they do look quite dark on this, but that's the whole point of them. They are meant to be dark. They're meant to be for darker bases. They're meant to be for like a root shadow kind of look. They also are good to pair with the Fantasy collection, which also has a blue, purple, green, and red, and they're sort of the brighter tones that go alongside it.
Well, you're getting a lot of love. Cara said this looks gorgeous, Emma. I think I'm excited to see it. Anyway, I've been a bit creative myself this week with the Pulp Riot. Yeah, well, obviously I work for Matrix, so I'm not meant to say that. Yeah. But yeah, I've done a little mullet. If you want to see it, obviously. Oh, that's a point. Where will we find more of your work while we're on here?
Oh, so my Instagram, it's emmagraves_am hair. So that's for Jamal hair.
Awesome. I'll get someone to write that in the chat if I don't do it in a minute. And then obviously the Pulp Riot one, we've got to shout out for Deirdre because she'll be mad at us. It's at Pulp Riot UK, I believe, but I'll ask Deirdre to confirm that. So yeah, so over to you. Sorry, I can't wait for this one. I'm going to share it while you don't look like I'm looking at my phone. I'm just going to share it to the group. If I can find it. There it is. Yep. The problem is with hair socials, and this is a Facebook thing in general, is we go live to the page, but it doesn't instantly go live to the group. I have to go on the page and then share it to the group. So while she's trying to conduct the live, it's quite difficult to do it. But I've done it now.
See, this is my first Facebook live. I've done Instagram lives, but this is the first Facebook one, so it's new for me as well.
Well, you're not just live on Facebook, just to put more pressure on you. You are live on YouTube and Twitch.
YouTube.
Yeah.
No way.
But the reason we do it, we used to start off back with the incentive because Instagram is the main thing at the minute for especially our industry.
Yeah.
But and TikTok obviously. But this is such an easier way to broadcast and edit and put multiple cameras on. It's just such an easier way for us to do it.
Yeah.
So this is why we picked this way.
Right, okay, so generally when I would do this kind of look, so I had a client, how this came about is I had a client come in one day and she asked me for oil slick hair. And I was like, oh, oil slick, okay. Never done that before. So the reason I have also worked with this collection is this kind of oil slicky kind of look. Generally, I do prefer it on a darker base client. I just think it makes the colours pop a bit more. So that is also why I'm using this collection. So I've gone in here with Slithern on top, which is a dark green colour, to kind of give the look of like a darker base client. But obviously, you know, if your client was a blonde or someone you'd bleached up, you could still do this sort of look in them as well.
Yeah, it's not something anyone's ever asked me to do. I'm not gonna lie.
I know. I was like, oil slick? Okay.
I like it though. I like it.
All right, I'll do it. So this is what I've used on top here.
Slither, nice.
Slither. I think I keep calling it. See, I keep calling it Slithering.
Is it Slither? That's what I just read it as.
No, it is. It is. I keep calling it Slithering, though. I think.
So that's right.
So how I tend to do this is, I just alternate. So every section, I will just alternate the colors. So there's no real. You don't have to be like really regimented with it, and that's kind of why I like it. So I generally, like when I'm doing this, I probably don't even really keep track of what I've done on the section before, because I want all the tones to sit on top of each other as well. So even if I can like, let me see if I can like lift this up and show. So under here.
Yeah, I can see that. We can see it on the bottom. Oh, it's the middle in it. Sorry. Oh, yeah, there we go. I can see it there. I like it. Wow, that's very technical.
So you've got like your blue, your red, and your purple in there as well.
I like it. Yeah, you couldn't really see them tones so much when it was further back. It looked more sort of like the greens, but you could see quite clearly.
Yeah.
Love it.
You can see them all. See them all in there. And then obviously, like I've just done the Area 51 in front just to kind of bring them all together, you know, so it doesn't all get a bit lost too. And I've done a little bit on the ends just to make it pop as well.
Forgive me for everybody who's seen the chat moving around. It's me trying to make it a reasonable size because it's for some reason massive today.
Right, so just gonna go in and so obviously I'm gonna work with this dark green color on top and just smudge it down, because to me that's kind of acting as like my root shadow, my like dark base, if you will. And obviously all these colors are really easy to work with, really easy to blend. You don't have to worry about the dark colors bleeding into the light colors or anything. Yeah,
I've learnt that. It shocks me when I hear things like that, because obviously not every brand advertises about the non-bleeding into each other, but it's been a massive plus point for the Pulp Riot brand.
Yeah, it's great, especially if you're using something like quite strong, like I've done colours where I have like a real, it's actually Area 51, that real kind of bright green, going into something really dark, and you're sort of panicking, thinking, oh no, this is all just gonna mush together and go into nothing. But no, it doesn't. The only thing about these colours is because they are dark. Obviously, like it can be harder to see whenever you're doing something like this. So, but they are great. I really like this collection.
Do you know, it is unusual to see, but obviously I know it's not a rainbow per se, but
Yeah.
obviously with the multiple colours on top of each other, and then you've still got the sort of bang on trend with the money piece aspect at the front. Not
Yeah.
often do you see the two together.
Yeah, because that's what I find. Whenever I was doing this originally, I just thought, if I do all these, especially on camera, it's going to look dark. You're not going to see everything, so you're not. So that's why I wanted to actually put a little bit of lightness in alongside it, just for the contrast, because you can make all the other colours pop as well.
Is it something that you decided after you did it on the client? Is it something like maybe that it was a learning curve from the client, or did you do this exactly on the client?
Whenever I done it on the client, I actually hadn't used Pulp Riot. I'd used a different brand. And I did like it, but I felt like the colours could have popped a bit more. I felt like there could have been a bit more contrast. She did want all dark colours, and like it was really nice, but I just find this is a totally different look. Even though I'm using all dark colours, you can still see every single colour.
People laugh at me when I say this word because it pops my accent more than any other word, I think. But the thing with Pulp Riot is it's got a bit of a shine as I say it, but a shine. I can't say the word properly, right? So basically,
shine.
So when you have other brands, and like you said, they can look a bit mattified and a bit sort of pastel.
That's what I found. Everything was getting a little bit lost, and even rinsing it, I was so scared that everything was going to run into each other.
Yeah.
But obviously Pulp Riot, all the colours they have. I always say this wrong. Quinoa seed.
Yeah.
So everything is very conditioned, so you do get that great shine. Especially if you do have a client who you have bleached, and you're worried about the condition of the hair. It does put so much moisture back into the hair.
No,
and all these colours as well.
It's got a beautiful shine as well, hasn't it? When it fades out, it's still got it.
Yeah, and all the colours fade true to tone as well, so you don't have any purples that go blue or vice versa. Everything fades true to tone the way it should. So I have a few handful of clients who are in university in England, and every time, so they're maybe in every 12 weeks, when they're home for holidays, Christmas. And the first thing I always say to them when they sit in the chair is, have you put anything on your hair? Because the colour's still there, and I'm always amazed that it's lasted for so long. And they're like, nope, this is still it.
So that's cool. I would never... You've got a perfect example there, haven't you? 12 weeks apart, if you will. That you should really document it. I feel like I'm interested as a hairdresser. And obviously, the kind of work we do as artists, if you will, is to inspire other hairdressers more than the clients these days. And as a hairdresser, I'm interested in what these colours look like in 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 12 weeks.
Yeah. And I find a lot of my clients as well, when I tell them, look, don't worry, this will fade true to tone. I have some clients that want to go blue and purple, and obviously they're worried what the colour's going to look like in a few weeks. And I said to them, look, this is just going to get a lighter version of what you have. It's not going to go funny. It's not going to go muddy. It's not going to change on you. And they don't believe me, but they don't believe me until they get it on their hair.
How many clients do you have on a regular that you say you use pulp on, in a day?
In a day, so I have a real mix of clients. So in a day, I can probably do 8 to 10 clients. And I do a bit of everything. So I don't do just creative colour. Like the salon I work in, we're a very sort of classic salon, and we do that very well. So I'm kind of going from one extreme to the next. So see, just depending on the week, I could have a whole day of Pulp Riot colours, or I could have a day where I'm doing classic highlights, balayage, a big Pulp Riot colour change in the middle, and then tints. So that's what I like about it. My day in the salon is always very different.
I like it. I feel like if you do when you do one thing, obviously you attract them type of clients. So obviously you give yourself more chance of getting more clients and filling your column faster.
Yeah, so what I find is the salon that I work in, so I work in Antrim, Mulvina in Belfast, and I've been there, I think this is probably coming into my 14th year in the salon. But like I said, we do a lot of classic colour, and Don't get me wrong, like I love that. I really enjoy doing that, but I wanted to start to do more creative color, and the way that I done that was Instagram. So that's what I used to post. So I used to post creative color all the time, and then that would be the sort of clients that I was then attracting into the salon. And then obviously they're telling friends of friends, they're posting their photos, and like the amount of clients, especially new clients that I have, or that say, oh, such and such recommended me, or I was in a night out and I bumped into this girl and her hair was amazing. And so yeah, so it's really good. I do think like the work that you put out is the work that you're going to get back.
100%, I agree with that, and I think that the vivid colours are the best walking adverts ever, because nobody goes up to Magenta and says, "Where did you get?" Well, they do, but not often as when you see someone with bright blue hair or green hair or red hair, and they're like, "It's instantly, sorry, a conversation starter when anyone walks in the room."
Yeah, definitely. And then also as well, I've had people come in and say, "Oh, I was chatting to this girl, and she was one of your clients, and she said her hair was blue, but now it's pink, and now it's green, and you can remove these colors." And the biggest thing is I've always wanted blue hair. I hear that a lot. I've always wanted blue hair, but it's so hard to remove. And I'm like, not anymore.
We had the amazing Charlotte on last week. She showed us oh my god, what is it? What's the colour called? Your eraser? What's it called? Blank canvas.
Yeah.
I remember now. Blank canvas, unbelievable live. One we've never had on Hair Social before, so really grateful for that, especially Stephanie last minute. And while I'm on the subject of that, if you want to win yourselves a goodie bag from Pulp Riot, Miss Deirdre Donnelly, I'll put her here. She's perfect example. She's tagged somebody in that she thinks will enjoy the live, and if you press share, you're in with a chance. We've had 2 winners already. I'll announce the 3rd winner later in this live, so keep watching. And the 4th winner will be announced next week, and then all the goodie bags will be sent at once. So if you haven't received yours yet, don't worry. I don't think we've sent any yet. In fact, Shelley's in the chat. I'm pretty sure Shelley won last week. Forgive me let me go in the chat. If you weren't watching Shelley last week, I'm pretty sure it was you that won last week. It just reminded me. Or the week before, was it? I can't remember.
I think it was last week.
There, you won week 1. If you won week 1 or week 2, I've got it in the chat. I can't show you the chat, obviously. There's people's numbers on that, but I've got it in there. And then the second week winner, was Meg Gillespie. Meg Gillespie, and the 3rd week winner will announce later in this live. In fact, I'll get on with that now while you talk us through this section.
So yeah, so all I'm doing here is obviously starting my root every time with my dark green. So going in with that, and then what I've done here is I have gone in and I've done dark water, which is the blue, and I'm now going to blend it into bloodshot, which is the red. And every new section I'm taking, I'm just alternating these, so I am. And these colours blend so easily as well. They're conditioner based, so everything just blends really seamless.
I've picked a winner. I'm not telling you who it is yet. I'm going to put it in the chat. Make sure with Deirdre that we're all right with this winner. I've randomly just scrolled until I found somebody. Deirdre, it's in the chat. As long as this girl doesn't work for Matrix or anything like that, or Pulp Riot, sorry, then we should be good to go. Because I don't want to give it to someone who already can get the product for whatever reason. I want to give it to people that don't use it, or a client of the salon that's unaffiliated but maybe uses the brand.
Let someone else have a go.
Yeah. All prizes will go out on the 4th, when the 4th winner is announced. Sorry. There you go, Deirdre. So this week you got another chance. Oh, we got people tagging. Well done, Shannon. Thank you very much. But yeah, don't forget, guys, share and tag. Easy.
So I just want to obviously just have another talk about the shadow collection. So what I've been finding as well is, like, a lot of clients, you know, they want to have a creative color, but they're worried about it being quite bright and a bit in your face. So that's why the shadow collection is good, because they are all darker bases. So it's good for a client that maybe does want to try a blue or a green, but they don't want it bright is probably the right word I'm looking for. They want it a little bit softer and muted and a bit deeper, you know, especially someone's skin tone. Some people do suit darker colours in their skin tone. So that's why I would use the shadow collection for that. Or, like I said, for a root shadow, you know, go in with one of these tones in the root and then going into something a bit brighter.
Yeah, well, not everyone's as brave as the hair mermaid, are they?
No.
Awesome. Deirdre said yes to the winner, so I'll give it a minute or two, get everyone a chance to share for this week, and I'll announce last week's winner. So on average, how long would you book out for? Because I presume you'd have to do the roots usually on an average client, and then wash dry, and then apply this. So how much of your day would this take?
So what I do is, like, we're quite lucky, so we have a lot of helps. We have a lot of apprentices that help us. And because I only colour, so I don't cut in the salon, I only colour. So if I was going to do something like this, what I would do is now I'm quite quick, okay? So people might need a bit longer, and that's okay as well, you know? So if I had a client who would say a bleach or a balayage or anything that's going to lighten the hair, I would book myself an hour out for that.
Yep.
And then I give myself an hour development time. So in that development time, I'll be doing another client. And then we have apprentices that they can rinse and shampoo and blast off for me. And then I tend to give myself, depending on what I'm doing, I would give myself another half an hour to 40 minutes for my creative colour.
And then are you the stylist as well? So we would have other people alongside us that cut in the salon. So then what I would do is after their toner, I would give another hour development time, and then I would put their cut in. Yeah. So then do you go back at the end and take all the credit for the styling and the colouring and the cutting in? Yeah. It's
pretty much.
Typical colour. As a cutter, I understand it. It's I get it. The colorist comes back, takes all credit for us washing and drying it.
Pretty much.
We've got a question here. By the way, I never thought to say this, but if you've got any questions, now's the time to ask it. It's our final Pulp Riot Live, unless we get Cara in, which would be amazing. What is your favourite shade from the Shadow collection? That's from Stephen.
Mine is definitely... Oh, that's a good one, actually. I really like Mystic Fog, the purple. Because it is such a dark purple, that's why I really like it. I am a big fan of purple. And I do like Slither because green is my favourite colour.
Yeah, green's my favourite vivid colour.
I love green, so I do. And the good thing about this is other greens, from my own experience of green hair, every green that I have had in my own hair has faded blue, apart from Pulp Riot.
Yeah,
so you're not
good point.
Not going to have any, and I've had so many clients come in and have had green, and after one wash it's blue. That's not going to happen here.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. That's something I never really thought of, because obviously I don't use it on a daily. What was the question I was going to ask? Is there a shade of colour that you like that's your mix, so like a 1 to 2 of something, or is there any? I know I've seen the shade chart. Let's say that carefully. I've seen the shade chart, and that looks like it's got pretty much every colour in it, to be fair. But is there any that you've made yourself?
Yes. Do you know what? I actually made this green. Oh, it's a green and do you know what? I have been dying to make it. It's a real like grungy kind of dirty tobacco-y kind of green. Oh, it's so nice. And I'll show you in the shade chart.
Genuinely, right? Everyone who watching this now looks like this has been pre-prepared. This question was not pre-prepared, I promise you.
No, it wasn't. Do you know what? Because I was so excited about it, and it's a colour that I've been dying to do, that it was just trying to find the right client to do it on.
Yep.
I actually had done, so I used Area 51, and that was like my base colour for it.
Yeah.
And then I went in with, where is it? What did I use? Yes, so I went in with some powder as well.
Okay.
Just to kind of mute it down a little bit. And then I did like a little dot of Fireball.
Wow.
a dot. So it is on my Instagram page.
Is
So
it?
it is up there.
I'll find it for you. Don't leave the live, like, guys. Everyone's just tuning in mainly now. So don't leave the live. I'll find it for you and I'll put it on the screen now.
But me and this client have like tried to kind of do a grungy green before, and it just took me like a little bit of playing about. But I quite like to if I'm doing like a pink, so if I'm doing say Cupid here,
yeah,
I always like to pop like a little bit of velvet into it because it just kind of cools the tone down a little bit. And I think that's the thing as well. Like whenever you are doing these sorts of colors, I understand that, you know, if people might want a bright color, but I do find like your consultation is very important, and you need to take into consideration the client's skin tone as well, because
course, yeah.
not everyone is going to suit bright pink, but they can maybe suit pink if you put something a little bit cooler into it. It'll go with their eye color, with their skin color as well. So I just think when you're having your consultation with your clients, look at everything. I always would look at their clothes, look at, you know, what colour's their bag, what colour's their coat, what sort of makeup are they wearing a lot of makeup, do they not like to wear makeup? So you need to take all these things into consideration.
So I am browsing on my computer now, so I can't see the live, so fingers crossed everything's working all right. Is it the most recent post that you've posted, the green that you're on about?
Yeah, I done it on Friday. She's had a few different greens, but that was kind of the best one that we could get to that sort of grungy sort of look.
So I'm going to screenshot the image and then I'm going to put it on this live, and it was going to take over the screen, guys, so apologies if while you carry. Oh, there we go. Right, so there we go. There's is that the green? Can you see that?
Yeah.
There's the green. So that's pretty. How do I get rid of that? There you go. There's the green. There it is, guys. I don't know why it's gone full screen. I didn't mean it to go full screen. There you go. I got rid of it. I should just be able to kind of like make it smaller, but I don't know how to do that because the software we used, as I've explained earlier, had an update and everything seems to change. Before, it used to just put it on like an overlay, like I am in the corner. I'll put it on one more time for those that are watching it. There you go. There is the green. It looks like I produced a really good sort of like. Oh no, there you go. A bit smaller. I did it by accident. So yeah, go on, talk us through it again.
Okay, so I'll show you. So she actually is. So this client would get a full head of foliage, and then she gets like a little dark root smudge as well.
Yeah.
And then I rinse her, bring her back, blast her off because Pulp Riot you always put on clean dry hair. So I done Area 51 was the main kind of base for it, and then I put a little bit of powder.
Nice.
And then a
dot.
And I mean a dot. A dot. Took a few mixes to get it right, so it wasn't red. Took a few mixes so it wasn't red, but yeah.
It's such a dominant colour in it, red, for any mixing.
Like, you just put one dot too much and that's your whole mix gone.
How do I get rid of this? There we go. Oh, this is cool. I never thought to do anything like this before. Let me play about while you mix your colours. I'm gonna put on some images. Because I never really dare touch my computer while I'm live. Not that it's not
just in
capable,
case,
but you just daren't do anything. It's a pretty newish computer, so you'd imagine it'd be alright. That's my phone. That's your phone going off saying you just got to follow, I think, because as soon as I click follow, your phone vibrated.
I'll just recap here what I've done, because I'm going to do this last section, and the last section is where I put Area 51 into, and that's the lighter colour.
Yeah.
So what I've used is Shadow Collection. So for me, Shadow Collection, perfect for autumn winter, perfect for darker bases, perfect for clients who want a little bit of depth in their hair, or they want something quite dark alongside their pop of colour too. So I'll just go over the colours. You've got Bloodshot, which is red. You've got Dark Water, which is your blue. Mystic Fog, which is purple. And Slither, which is your green. And also, like I said before, it can be paired with the fantasy collection, which does have your purple, blue, green, and red as well. But they're your sort of brighter versions. And these colours are ideally for a base sort of 6 to 10. So
You can see that perfectly, yeah.
Can you see that? Every time I move something, I said to you earlier, it's always like the opposite way of what I think it's going to be.
The thing is, it comes out the correct way. I don't know why it does that to you. It
Yeah.
shows everybody who's the guest the reverse for some reason.
But I'm getting confused because I keep moving things the wrong way. So you can see there's even that like green on top as well.
So you've not put anything in to divide the colours up, no foil or...
No, because that's the thing. See, with Pulp Riot, like you can set your colours on top and they're not going to bleed into each other. So they're not... The only time, like if I was in the salon and I was doing... Say I was doing a client that was like a full bleach and we were doing like just a bit of paneling in somewhere, I would do it then just in case. But see, for the likes of these, like I can very easily lift, because they're conditioner based, I can very easily just lift every section that I've done.
That's mad, isn't it? How many hairdressers now are watching this with mad anxiety that them colours are going to bleed together?
No, nothing sticking together, and that's why I like it, because obviously, like personally, I do like to keep my appointments quite tight in work. So it allows me to be quick. It allows me to put colours on and not have to worry about, oh, I need to set foil on top. Oh, I need to do this. Like, there's definitely a time and place for that. And I do it when I need to, but if I'm doing something sort of on the same colour palette, no, it's totally fine. And even rinsing as well. Like when this is being rinsed, you wouldn't even have to rinse this in every different section. It's fine. You can just rinse it. These colours are not going to bleed into each other.
Love it. I've got your Instagram up there so people can see exactly what kind of work you're into.
Yeah.
That's a new feature to Hair Socials as of today. I've never done that before. Awesome work. I should do the Pulp Riot one as well, shouldn't I, so I don't get done.
Yeah, so don't get in trouble.
Yeah, I'll find it, Deirdre, don't worry. I can hear Deirdre tapping in my ears.
So just this last section, so I'm doing a dark green. And then I'm going to go in with Area 51, which is our bright green here. And even the same, you don't have to worry about blending a dark colour into a light colour. It's fine. So it's totally fine.
So what do you do to blend them in? So if you wanted to do where it's like a green and then it goes into a slightly darker green, would you still be able to smudge it together?
Yeah, so what I would do is I would do like my dark colour.
Yeah.
Then I would do my green.
Yeah.
And then I just go in and actually just blend it with my thumb.
Yeah.
So like this is the kind of technique that I use.
Yep.
So I just go in and just smudge.
I like
it. Smudge. And then what I'll do is always keep a towel handy. Give your hands a little.
I tell you what, no one's ever done a live with them gloves on before, but there's some ASMR stuff going on right now. When you were there, you could hear it crunching. I didn't know if that were a Pulp Riot thing. Is that a Pulp Riot thing, or we got it like because is it plastic? I don't know.
No, these are environmentally friendly.
Are they reusable?
Yeah, no, they're reusable, and they also are they biodegrade as well. Nice. So these are the gloves that we use in the salons. We are as a salon, we're very sustainable.
Like it.
So
again,
we
not
pre-prepared. We got rid of all like the black, blue latex gloves, and we use these. And I'm pretty sure that these are made out of recycled materials. They are. That's why we use them.
Nice. I like it. Do you know what? Honestly, people will be watching this later on because obviously we get more watchers later. But they'll be thinking that we've pre-prepared all this, but we haven't. I think I've just done that many lives. I must subconsciously think. I'm sure there's... And I didn't realise I were even asking the right question, but... Cara said that looks delicious, Emma. It's a good adjective. That I like that one.
Thank you. And I actually really like Area 51. It is sort of one of my favourite greens to blend alongside something a bit darker, like especially with the purple. It's really nice with velvet. It's like let's see, where's velvet? So yeah, it goes really well with velvet for sort of Beetlejuice kind of vibe.
Like it. Jo from the Empress Hair Studio says she loves it.
Thank you.
Haley Johnson Hair says awesome. It's nice to get a little bit of love because, again, we'll just remind everyone, Emma and all the other artists that have been on don't get paid to come on. I don't get paid to do the live. It's just simply us sharing education and trying to grow a bit of an audience. So press share, guys. Don't forget you can win a goodie bag as well.
And yeah, say as well, like, do you know what I would always say to it? Like, especially if you've never used Pulp Riot or you're actually a bit scared of using creative colour. Like, I'm quite a laid back colourist in the sense that if something doesn't work out, we change it.
Yeah.
It's fine. I always say to my clients, you know, I have a client who maybe thinks, oh, I want to go purple, I want to go pink, I'm not sure. And I'm like, let's just do it because we can blank canvas it out. I always say to people, see if you don't like it, it's no big deal. It's fine. We just take it out. So if anyone's scared of using it, give it a go. You know, you can be removed on my Instagram as well. There is, I done an event with Pulp Riot, and there's a client of mine who is blue, and I blank canvassed her and put her, it's like a wee mullet, and brought her back to blonde.
Wow.
So you know, if you have a client that just wants to do it for like a weekend or an event or a party, it's okay.
If you don't believe us, watch last week's live on Hair Socials. She proves it.
So good.
Yeah, she does. She does prove it. In fact, I'm pretty sure, just reminded me, I'm pretty sure I was meant to post an after picture of that hair. I bet she hadn't even washed it though, to be fair, because I'm pretty sure the other side of Charlotte's head from last week was the week before that she'd applied and not rinsed off yet. Remember on the mannequin? Yeah. She probably, so I'm not throwing you under the bus, Charlotte, but we are waiting for an after picture, love.
So yeah, that is us.
That looks awesome, mate. Thank you so much for that technique. So, show us again on the other side. Is that basically just replicating what the other side is?
Yeah, pretty much. So, let's see. Me getting this all wrong because.
You know, I've even learned something. So traditionally, I would do a money piece sort of with the hairline area and the fringe, whereas that looks like a money piece, but you've gone further back with it, and it's more the top section on the
yeah,
side
I've just done it on the top section. Do you know what? I might actually turn this light up a little bit. So, yeah.
There you go.
There we go. So you see. So then that purple there, that is Mystic Fog, and then your blue, Dark Water, and then here is like the red, Bloodshot, and then we got the dark green on top. But obviously, like, the reason that I have done that as well is to show what it would be like on a darker base client.
Yep.
You know, that's why, just to show if you had someone that had brown hair, how this look is kind of going to look. But it's quite like, it's like quite metallic-y.
Yeah, it is. I get the petrol spill sort of vibe as well, what you said earlier, the oil slick.
And then obviously just at the front, you just have
that's
that.
a really interesting way. For anyone watching this, even if you're doing a balayage, the way that you've done that money piece there is completely different to how I do it, but it looks awesome.
It's a bit more of like a shine band.
Your shine band, yeah, that's a better way of saying it.
And
Shannon
I just
says
think,
beautiful.
you know, just makes all those other darker colours pop. I just think it's nice to have something a bit lighter alongside a dark colour.
Yeah, I'm always a fan of having some, especially at the front of the face. If you can put the light bit anywhere, it's the front of the face. So Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say as well for your clients, you know, some clients might not want to have something too dark around their face.
No.
So it means you can still keep lightness around their face and then have dark colours a bit further back.
Cara's throwing me in the bus there. Yeah, I'll let everyone read that. It says so bright. I'm not saying it because everyone takes me out of me afterwards. So shiny is what it says. Right, here we go. So I'm going to announce the winner of last week's live with Charlotte, who shared, who tagged somebody who may enjoy it, and that will go to the Cambridge Hair Girl. Again, I don't know why it's going full screen. It needs to go like that. There you go, the Cambridge Hair Girl. If I will get in touch with everybody, and we'll get all your addresses and details as soon as the lives are all done. Which they are done, but next week, I mean, sorry. So, yeah, I want to say a massive thank you to Pulp Riot, number one.
Yes,
Number
thank
two,
you.
number two, Deirdre, because obviously me and Deirdre are friends, so I got in touch with her. She's been awesome. She's picked the people that she wants to work with and who's come on here. But mainly, I want to thank you guys that have given us your time, given us your expertise. Your knowledge is unbelievable. And just, yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. And I do have some videos of this that I will post on my Instagram tonight, just so you can see the tones a little bit better, because you do sort of need to, it's better to sort of see them in person.
I'm trying to find where I put that screenshot. Is it that one? There it is. There's the Instagram. It is @EmmaGraves_AM hair.
Yeah.
And that's the lab. So if we got to find any more information, head over to that. Head over to @Pulp Riot UK. And if you want more free education, Pulp Riot have teamed up with us, obviously, but it is worth heading over to L'Oreal Access because there's a ridiculous library of free education from amazing artists like Emma, like myself. I think I'm on there as well. But yeah, thank you very much, guys. And Emma, you stay there. I'm going to say bye to everybody, and we will see you on the next live when I can find the finish button. See you later, guys.
Thank you.